Hey guys, Andy here. So as of today, Tuesday the 24th of March, the UK has actually gone into lockdown because of the coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic. But one reason you are allowed out is to get one bit of daily exercise, which I'm making the most of this glorious, sunny, dare I even say warm March day, to get out and ride my bike. I'm actually riding into central London, which I would normally not dream of doing on a weekday, but I thought I'd see what the lockdown has done. Are people paying attention? I've seen quite a few people about so far, but then to be fair, I'm out and about. You know, you are allowed to go out to exercise, people walking his dog, people out with their kids. Anyway, partly what's made this possible is a recent update to Strava, which helps route planning. So I thought I'd take a look at that. So, apologies for that audio. We've come back inside so you can hear me properly. And also for me to show you what's going on in the app on my phone. So I'll start with a brief overview of Strava and kind of why it's important, I suppose, why I use it, why a lot of people use Strava. It's sort of my exercise hub, really. Everything plugs into Strava in many ways. I'd kind of love for Google Fit to do that role, but it's just not as well featured as something like Strava. And Strava is leaning towards cyclists and to an extent runners. And it works, it's like a social hub as well. So you can see all the people you're following, you can see what they're up to, see where they've been, see what they've been doing. But also within that, for me, it's all about the stats. I do love stats. So I can see a lot of stats about the ride that I've done. We get analysis about it. Had a bit of an issue on this ride. Managed to break a whole bunch of spokes and all sorts. Whoa, right drama. So the last bit was just kind of plodding home. You can see my heart rate's much lower over that last bit. But yeah, you just get a lot of different stats, which for me, again, I like stats. I like to see what I'm doing, what I'm achieving, gives me something to work towards. But then you also get segments. So, I didn't do anything too great in this particular ride, but one of the first ones, for example, it shows a segment through Barnet, and I've only actually ridden it twice, look. So it's not massively amazing that I got a record, but it means it gives me something to focus on. I can go out sort of segment hunting. I might pick particular segments that on a ride I might have ridden 20 or 30 times. I think, right, do you know what? I'm going to go for that segment and try and get a new personal best on it. And again, that sort of thing just motivates me. There's also challenges within Strava. Some of them are quite basic, just March half marathon. I'm not going to run half marathons, so I didn't bother joining that one. March 10K, I might do a 10K, and I just tap join. And all it means is when I complete it, I get maybe I get an email saying, you've completed this challenge, well done. I get a little badge that goes on my profile. Things like that. They're not massively important, but there are times I've been doing a challenge and it has encouraged me to go out and exercise. I think it was back in October and November, I was doing one where you had to exercise 5 days a week. And there were some days where I kind of thought, oh, maybe I'll give myself a day off. No, I need to go out because I want to complete this challenge. The challenge doesn't actually mean anything. I've got no one's coming to me and say, Andy, I saw you did that challenge. Nice one. The only one Lacole do challenges and you get £50 off. And I have bought a few Lacole items using their £50 off, almost making things half price. That's not bad. Other things do give you 10, 20% off their shop when you complete one of their challenges. So there are some benefits to them. And then the final thing that Strava helps you do is route planning. Now, I've generally done that on the website because it's easy. You can literally sort of click around on a map showing or selecting where you're going to go. I can then upload that to my Wahoo Elements. And I can have it on the unit like I did today. I was just following where my unit was saying to go. I missed a couple of turns, but again, because you've got it on your unit, your head unit, you can see and readjust. But what they've recently done, as you can see here, routes, new and improved, get personalised route suggestions powered by the community. So obviously Strava knows where people are cycling, and therefore it decides what roads are more popular because they're more popular, if that makes sense. But what they've been able to do, so now you go explore routes, building routes for you. So along the top, we're basing it off my current location, fine. I'm cycling, but I can change that to run if I want. So there's a 15-mile route. So let's just say, I'm going to say, actually, I want a 60-mile route. It's now going to build me 3 different 60-mile routes from my current location. So wow, you see them all the way down to Croydon. Wow. This one's going north and another one going north. And I quite like that they're not all just similar shapes. It doesn't just try and do a circle. We've got sort of quite elongated ones. You might have seen that first 15-mile one. It basically went around a bit up and then you just come back on the same bit of road. Not ideal, but at the same time, yeah, okay, I can live with that. You can change it to be generally flat or hilly. So if we say, actually, I want a flat route, it'll rebuild and make 3 new routes. I'm going to guess at least 2 of them now might go into central London, because actually north from me is quite hilly. Well, hilly for me, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. So these aren't that, I don't think these are actually about the same, to be fair. It does do different ones. I was trying it earlier. We can also have it to go paved or dirt. So if you wanted a predominantly dirt track, 60-mile dirt track from here, let's see if it can come up with anything. It's a bit of a challenge for it. It's not all going to be dirt, but I assume it just gives a preference to dirt tracks. No, in fact, they look to be exactly the same. So not ideal for my demo, but it does give, so we're still on dirt. Maybe I should change elevation to any. So there's some different routes now. And actually I've done one very similar to that. How about, oh, that's 4, well, that's even much bigger. I must go, oh, you went further up. I think I came across here. But I just think this is amazing, because the one thing, I cycle, well, when the weather's nice, almost every day. And actually to be cycling the same route over and over again is a bit boring in some ways. And again, the segments and things help me keep interested. But this is fantastic that it can just build routes for you. You tell it roughly how many miles you want, and they're not all exactly. So this is set for 30 miles, and the third option there is 46 miles. But that's okay. I like it uses that flexibility. So, well, you could do this. Almost weirdly, it's not, I don't think, available on the website. So it is only available in the app. I've seen people with iPhones can do this as well. So I think it's on both versions of the app. And it just seems a great option. There's a few variables you can change, and it gives you somewhere new to ride. What's not to like? So it's been a bit of a mixed bag as far as the lockdown. Green Lane, crazy amount of people out on Green Lanes. Could not believe it. But to be fair, I still going to Central. There's not so many people around. So kind of the reverse with the police. So further out, I saw 2 in Green Lanes. Pretty much that was it. But as I go into Central, I've seen quite a lot of sort of cars, bikes, police cars and police motorbikes, and clearly being taken very serious in central London. As for the route, I've loved it. I really have loved it. And there was a nice long bit through a park that I didn't know was there. It's meant I'm not really able to push it very much because I've not known where I'm going, so I had to take the pace a little bit slower. But really interesting to find different routes. I'm looking forward to using it a lot more in the future, hopefully. So, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. Check out some of the other videos on my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, ring the bell, all that malarkey. But otherwise, I will catch you all again soon.